Rowing class. I popped into school on Sunday and there was something waiting for us in the school office. And I think you're going to be very excited about this because you know far more about this person than I do. Well, I say person, but I think should say alien. Can you guess what I might have and who it might be from? Dun, 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 dun. I have a postcard that's been addressed to Rowan class. And it's from, I'm sure you can guess who it's from Bigu! Yeah! I know you learnt lots about Bigu last term and helped him find different places around the country using your mapping skills. Now, this looks like Bigu has been somewhere very special. I wonder if I just show you the pictures, if you can guess where Bigu has been for the Christmas holidays. Are there any clues in the postcard? Okay, I'm going to read you what Bigu has written. Dear Rowan class, Happy New Year from me, Bigu. I hope your Christmas holiday was super special. I spent my Christmas holiday in a wonderful big city full of bright lights and loud noises. The buildings were so tall, some of them looked really old, but others were shiny and new. I loved watching the river flow past important looking buildings. One of them even had a clock tower attached to it. My favourite part was riding in a bright red bus and chatting to the cooing grey birds that seemed to be everywhere. Can you guess where I spent my Christmas holidays? Can you guess? I think you would enjoy learning all about this brightly lit big city. Lots of love, Bigu. And on the back you can see the address that he sent it to. And what's this called here? That's right, it's a stamp with a picture of the Queen on it. And Bigu's even written, do you know who this is? I think we do know who that is, don't we? There. So Bigu has sent us a postcard of a very famous city. And when we have our class meet, we can talk about whether you have guessed where this city might be. So for our first English lesson, I think it might be a good idea, so I can see your writing skills, for us to send a postcard back to Bigu. So what is a postcard? This is a postcard, a really big postcard. But what is a postcard? What things do we always find on postcards? Let's have a quick look at some of the features we would expect to see on a postcard. So, most importantly, this part here. This is the photo or the picture of the place that you have been. Have you ever brought a postcard? Who did you send your postcard to? Normally you pick up a postcard when you go on holiday somewhere or go on a day trip somewhere special, although there's not been a huge amount of that this year, has there? I wonder what kind of pictures you might choose to put on your postcard that you're going to write to Bigu. You have a little think. What else is on a postcard? Well, they start with the word dear. And we might send our postcard to someone special, maybe somebody in our family or a friend of ours. In this case, Bigu has sent it to all of you in Rowan class. Dear Rowan class. We're going to send our postcards to Bigu. Wish you were here. Sometimes that's what people put at the end of a postcard, telling people that they've had such a great time in this place or on their holiday that they wish that you were there with them too. Bigu hasn't said wish you were here, but Bigu has said that she thinks we would enjoy learning about this big city. So maybe we'll take her advice and spend some time learning about this big city. Stamp. There you go, we've talked about the stamp. If there's no stamp on it, it won't get to the address that we've written on it. So luckily, Bigu knew she needed to use a stamp to make sure the postcard went to the right place. the address. You can see on this side we've got lots and lots of writing from Bigu, but on this side we've got the lines where the address has been written, and she has written Rowan Class, Newington Primary School, School Lane, Newington, Kent, ME9 7LB in England. So the address of where the postcard needs to end up gets written on one half, and all the lovely writing about the place that you've been on the other half. And the writing in the postcard is about somewhere that you have been to. Now, this could be a little bit tricky this year because Christmas was slightly different from perhaps what you're used to, but I am sure you've still done some fantastic things that you would like to share with me and share with Bigu. So what have you been up to over the Christmas holidays that you could write to Bigu about? Have a little think. I've got a few ideas that I'm going to share with you, but you might have your own idea that you want to choose. Let's have a look. Where have you been that you could tell Bigu about? Tell Bigu about on your postcard. Where have you been, or what have you done? It might be activities that you have done at home instead. So maybe one of the activities could be getting ready for Father Christmas. What did you do in your house to get ready for Father Christmas coming? Did you put out a special plate of bits and pieces for him to enjoy? Maybe you went for a nice drive somewhere. We drove to Iway to have a look at all the amazing Christmas lights there, and we drove around looking at all the beautiful glittering lights. Maybe something you could tell Bigu about is, lots of this over the Christmas holidays, snuggling up with a movie, maybe in your pyjamas, with a hot chocolate, with a fire on if you're really lucky. Maybe you had the chance to do some Christmas shopping. Maybe you went and helped Mummy or Daddy get the food for Christmas and saw how busy all the supermarkets were. Or maybe you went to buy a brother or sister something special. Maybe you could tell Bigu about New Year's Eve fireworks. Did you see any fireworks where you live? Did you do some fireworks in your garden? Is that something you could tell Bigu about? Maybe you went for a nice cold cycle ride somewhere. Lots of beautiful places to cycle around Newington and where I am here in Lower Halstow. Did you get out on your bike? Did you go for a trip to the beach? I know, crazy. We went for lots of trips to the beach because the beach is one of my favourite places. And we were looking after a dog at the time and she loves the beach. So we took her to Whitstable one day, which is beautiful, beautiful beach, and we walked along and then it started raining and we got very wet, and then we came home and snuggled up with a movie after getting wet at the beach. But we had a beautiful trip to the beach. I'll show you a photo of it in a moment. Maybe you were lucky enough to see some relatives over the holidays. Maybe you went to a granny or granddad's house or an auntie or an uncle's house to see them for Christmas. Or maybe you went for some lovely family walks that you can tell Bigu about. What did you see on your walks? What was the weather like? How did it make you feel? So there's a few ideas of things that you could tell Bigu about, but I'm sure you've got other ideas that you want to talk about as well. But your job today for English, we're going to start with the picture on the postcard. So just like Bigu has sent us the postcard with the picture of the place that she's been, we are going to create just the picture page of the postcard, and on Dojo you will see there is a template that looks just like this for you to draw a beautiful picture on the front of either one of these events or places or something that you can think of that you've done over the Christmas holidays. And I'll show you one of my photographs from my trip at the beach, and that's probably what I'm going to have a go at drawing on my postcard. So don't worry about the writing yet. We're not going to do the writing. It's just the picture today and having a think about what event it is that you want to tell Bigu about in response to her wonderful postcard that she has sent us. Okay, is that clear? So picking an event from the Christmas holidays and drawing a picture of it to go on the front of your postcard. Have fun and I'll see you later.